Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you enjoy my reading, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That way you will be notified when I upload new readings. Now today I will be doing a general monthly reading for each of the astrological signs for the month of November 2017. I'd like to remind you, though, that as the reading focuses on general energies surrounding us for the month of November, the messages may or may not resonate with you. For a more personalized reading that focuses specifically on you, please contact me at the email listed in the description box and the About section of this channel, changingphasestarot@gmail.com. You can also find pricing for readings and more information about what types of readings that I offer on my website, and that is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You can also join me on my Facebook page, Changing Phases Tarot Readings, right? And that way we can sort of exchange messages if there's anything, any questions you might have, or any specific comments or questions related to the readings that I post. We can do that there. Now, for the monthly reading, I will be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread, plus one additional card from the bottom of the deck. That will be for the overall energy of the month, using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. Then I pull one additional guidance card from the Soulful Woman Guidance card deck, right? That's an oracle card deck. And one card from the Soul's Journey Oracle card deck by James Van Praagh just to complement our reading. So I'm wishing you all a very wonderful month of November, right? Hoping that it sends many wonderful things your way, especially, spending more time with friends and family for Thanksgiving at the end of the month. And I will see you in 1 minute for your reading. Hi Libra, hope you're having a wonderful month. So I'm here to do your November 2017 reading. So Spirit, what does Libra need to know for the month of November 2017? Please show us the messages. What does Libra need to know for the month of November 2017? Please show us the energies surrounding Libra. Okay, that feels like it's right. For the month of November 2017. Okay, Libra, here we go. Move those out of the way. Ooh, so we have the center of your reading, the Fool, Major Arcana. Crossing the Fool, you have the Nine of Swords. In the foundation, you have the Knight of Pentacles. The past position, the High Priestess. Crowning your reading, you have the Six of Pentacles. Coming up in the future position, you have Major Arcana, Justice, card number 11. You in the reading appear as number 3 of the Major Arcana, the Empress. Let me move these over here. Surrounding you in your environment, you have the Queen of Wands, your hopes and fears, Two of Wands, and the outbound energy. Oh, wow. Major Arcana number 17, the Star. And with the energy at the bottom of the deck, so this will be the overall energy for the month of November. Major Arcana number 13, Death. So I've noticed in your reading, and as well as the other readings that I've done so far this month, it seems like there are a lot of changes going on in this month of November. I'm not an astrologer, but, the astrologers that I listen to, they've all been talking about November being a very powerful month, a month that is, full of changes. And I can see that, just in your spread here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Major Arcana cards. So a lot of divine intervention, a lot of divine guidance, and, the universe kind of stepping in to push you forward to where you need to go. Let's go ahead and pull the additional guidance cards, and then I'll set everything up so that we can see the spread a little bit better. So what additional message does Libra need to hear for the month of November, Spirit? Please give us one additional message, one additional card for Libra for the month of November. What does Libra need to know? Spirit, please give us one additional message for Libra. What does Libra need to know for the month of November? And we have in the flow. When I'm in the flow, magic happens. Beautiful card. Okay, it's card number 29 from the Soulful Woman deck. And let me also pull one card from the Soul's Journey deck by James Van Praagh. So Spirit, one additional message, please, for Libra for the month of November 2017. What does Libra need to know for the month of November? Okay, that one came out. Forgiveness. Okay, it says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. The card is called Forgiveness. Okay, we shall see how this plays out. Let me just set the cards up, and I will be right back with your reading. See you in 1 second. All right, Libra, so let's get into your reading here. So we have at the center, let me move that so you can see it. We have the Major Arcana. This is actually the 0 card in the Major Arcana, the Fool. And just looking over all of the cards in your reading, there's a definite message here of, endings, new beginnings, and, and also success, right? Having your wishes coming true here, and things really sort of manifesting and really taking off in the month of November. So with the Fool is, it's the first card in the Major Arcana, and it's really, it represents sort of the unlimited potential, right? It's when you can see here that the woman in this deck, it's represented by the woman, and she has, one foot on the ledge of the cliff. She has the other one sort of dangling in the air. She's ready to step off, but she's fearless, right? She's surrounded by the butterflies, which is all about, they're symbols of freedom, right? Of this rebirth and new beginnings. And, she's not at all scared, right? She is ready to embark on this new journey. She's facing, adventure. She kind of doesn't know what she's going to find when she steps off there. But she's feeling very, she's excited about it. She's kind of looking around, looking at how beautiful everything is around her, and sort of unaware of the dangers that she might face when she does actually step off. But it's about her having faith, right? About her trusting in the universe. So it does have to do with a leap of faith, right? And trusting that once you do decide to take and just step off the ledge, that the universe will provide, that things will work out. Whenever we start something new, and this could be a new project, new relationship, new job, it is a little daunting. It is a little scary when we first start out, but unless we take that leap of faith and actually try, try with the hope that everything will work out, right? Trusting that it will work out, we're never going to get anywhere. So, and what she has crossing her, so the obstacle here is a 9 of Swords. Now, this isn't a great card. It's sometimes known as the Nightmare card. Swords energy is, it's cerebral energy. So these are our thoughts, right? It has to do with the intellect. It's also to do with communication. But this particular card, it's a very, it's about us being too caught up in our thoughts, right? Being too much in our heads. If we think about the traditional tarot deck, it has the picture as the person, the man sitting up in bed at night, being unable to sleep, being kept awake by all of the thoughts kind of running round and round his head. So it's a lot of feelings of regret, maybe feelings of guilt, feelings of just anguish, despair, right? She feels as though she's paralyzed. She's just sort of laying her on the ground, feeling as though she's paralyzed, but she's paralyzed by her fears, by her doubt, right? She's unable to move forward because of these fears. So I think with this as the obstacle, the crossing energy, it's really asking you to get out of your mind, let go, release these fears, these thoughts of fear, because there's nothing to fear, right? You're the Fool here. You are at this new beginning, and you have many wonderful things coming in for you. I mean, can see that with the rest of the cards in the reading. So release whatever fears you have as you start off on this new journey. The Knight of Pentacles is your foundation, right? Is at the base of your reading here. This could be an actual person. We know that with the court cards, they can represent people that we're dealing with. So if this is a person, typically it would be kind of a middle-aged male earth sign. That would be a Virgo or a Capricorn or a Taurus. Doesn't necessarily have to be male, though. We know that in the general readings, because there's so many people listening, gender really is not specific, right? So this could be that person, or this could just be you taking on the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, right? Now, the Suit of Pentacles, it's earth energy, and so it has to do with material things in life. So our money, work, the jobs that we do, business, and also the material possessions that we gain through our work and, the jobs that we perform. So our home, right? All of our material possessions, things like that. The Knight of Pentacles generally, out of all of the knights, he's the slowest moving, right? He's kind of the slow and steady, wins the race mentality. Sometimes he's seen as being a little bit stubborn, just because he does everything very methodically, right? Plays kind of by the rules, all work and no play. But he's very stable, right? This is somebody who is very stable, very reliable. If this is you, this could be just you taking on this energy, right? And maybe acting, more stable than normal, more reliable than normal, working hard towards something. And, you see that he's riding on his horse. He doesn't carry a sword. There's nothing to protect him, right? He just plods along, just, very confident in himself that he will eventually reach his goal. So this is, this is more about long-term, right? It's not short-term, and not a short-term goal. This is going the distance, right? This long-term kind of goal energy. What you have in the past position is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is, she's a major arcana, and she is somebody who's very intuitive, right? So she represents sort of the unconscious, our intuition, the hidden, the divine realms, and she does bring in a sense of calm to our lives, right? When she appears, by tapping into our intuition, quieting our minds, really listening to our inner wisdom, our higher knowledge, right? Our higher voice. It does bring in a sense of peace, right? We see that around her, she has her staff with the globe on top of it, so the crystal providing insight. She stands here in this half moon, which has to do with, again, intuition, right? The intuitive powers. And she's surrounded by butterflies, much like the Fool. The Fool has butterflies around her. She also has butterflies representing or symbolizing, the sort of rebirth, which is kind of interesting because we have the Death card over here as the overall energy. But so in the past, you might have needed to, get in touch more with your intuitive, right? Get the messages from your intuition, or use your intuition to figure out a situation. This might have had something to do with the phases of the moon. This could have been during the new moon, last month, since this is in the past, or possibly around the time of the, the change, like the full moon of the last month or the new moon of the last month, possibly around that time. But you might have needed to tap into your intuition, getting messages from your dreams at times, but definitely using your intuition to help you come up with an answer to a specific situation or problem or question, right? What you have crowning your reading, can't really see here, sorry. The Six of Pentacles is the message from your higher self, so what's on your mind. It's a card that speaks of balance, right? And more than anything, financial balance. And in the traditional deck, it's you have the wealthy man kind of holding scales, right? He has the scales in his hands, and then he's dishing out sort of coins, right? Or giving something to a figure that looks more like a beggar, right? Somebody who is in need. So it's all about the give and the take, right? The flow of giving and receiving. And it has to do with our finances. Again, it's Pentacles. So, we can think that at times in our lives, it might be necessary for us to seek out the financial help of somebody else. So maybe we're not in such a great financial position at that time, and we need the, sort of the handout, the help of somebody else. And then when when the wheel of fortune changes, right, and we find ourselves in a position that we are able to help somebody, we do, and you can see here the woman on the card, she's holding, she looks like she has everything she needs. She has a basket full of beautiful fruit. So it's not actually, possessions here, right? I mean, it's more about having things to eat. It doesn't necessarily have to. Usually we think the Pentacles, it's more to do with tangible things, sort of the financial, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, right? You see that she is giving, she's giving or allowing the birds to get fruit. So she has more than what she needs there. So she's sharing. So this could be also sharing of our time. Our resources don't necessarily have to be financial, right, in nature. It could just be sharing of our time. But it has to do with the give and take, right? It's the give and take that brings about balance. What you have in the future position is the Justice card. So another major arcana card. And the Justice card is a card that is also very tied to karma, right? And karmic justice. And it's a card that represents fairness and acting in an ethical manner. And, being responsible, taking responsibility for our actions. Typically, you see the Justice card is shown with the sword, right? The sword representing, the sort of the sword of justice, right? And then the scales, which is also another symbol of justice, right? The balanced scales, so being fair, being just. So even though, it kind of reminds us that sometimes in our life things may seem unjust, there is always a divine order for everything. And I mean, with the amount of major arcana cards in your reading, I feel as though there is some divine intervention going on here. So if you have experienced a situation where somebody has, maybe wronged you in some way, it looks like, there will be justice, right? This could actually have to do with dealing with, the courts or a lawyer, or if you have any type of, like proceedings going on, a court case, something like that, then it will go in your favor. So this will be a card that, that shows that could be coming up and it will be positive for you. Or this could be you dealing with a lawyer, dealing with a judge, dealing with somebody in law enforcement, something along those lines. But typically it has to do with karmic justice and, things sort of righting themselves, or the universe stepping in to right a certain situation and having that fair justice, that balance being returned. Who you are in the spread, you appear as number 3, the Empress. Now the Empress is, she's the archetypical mother of the tarot, right? So she is she's the big mother. She is very caring. You can see her here. She's in this beautiful, lush environment, right? She's in all the trees laden with fruit. We have the butterflies flying around her. In this card, you see she is actually depicted as being pregnant. So I have to throw that out to you guys. So, some of the Libras watching the reading, you might be pregnant at this time, or you might be finding out that you're pregnant at this time, or there's this energy surrounding you that you could very well become pregnant during this time. So if that's something that you want, then that's wonderful. Congratulations. If not, then, take care. But she's all about femininity, abundance, right? Harmony. She's also associated with the earth, so the earth mother. She's somebody who usually she takes care of those around her, right? She's very loving, loves to take care of everybody. She also, as a 3, she's also about sort of expansive, that expansive nature, just like when a woman expands with pregnancy. So it's about expanding, this could be in any area. This could be in with business projects, or this could be, creative projects. Just things seem to be expanding, and it's a time where things could definitely, you could give birth to new things, new ideas, new projects, within the job realm as well. Just lots of expansive and very positive, fertile energy, and sort of tie this in with your life, however it sort of makes sense. And what you have going around or in your environment, right, your surrounding energy, you have the Queen of Wands. Now, this could be an actual person. If it is, then this would be generally an older female fire sign. So this could be an older female Leo or Sagittarius or Aries. Doesn't necessarily have to be. The Wands energy, it's all about creativity, right? It's very creative energy, fiery energy. It's about, our passions and really putting our passions towards achieving something. So it's having determination and strength, right, to get something done. The Queen of Wands, she's a very charismatic figure. So if this is a woman, she's attractive, very confident, warm. She's emotional, but not overly emotional, right? She's kind of she's a very busy person. So she's probably doing 20 million things at one time. And, she juggles everything. She juggles her work with her family. She's always, always hectic, has 20 million things on her calendar. So she's very vivacious, very, sincere, but very inspiring type of individual. So this might be somebody around you, right? Or this just might be you taking on this energy as you, since you're feeling, things are sort of growing and expanding around you. You're feeling very excited and very powerful and sort of pushing ahead with whatever this new thing is, right? And what you have in your hopes and fears is the 2 of Wands. So again, Wands energy. So this is, fire sign energy, creativity. But the 2 of Wands typically has to do with making a decision about something, right? So you're sort of standing there, eyeing up the 2 paths and trying to figure out which way to go. So it typically has to do with making some type of decision. But you do make a decision, okay? So it's a card that talks about taking matters into your own hands, right? Being courageous, being a little bit of a, much like the Fool here, being courageous and sort of taking matters into your hands and being a trailblazer, right? Being courageous. So this could be, in the work sense, this could be a new partnership, pairing up with somebody, right? A new work or business collaboration, whatever it is, you are definitely choosing something and moving ahead with it here. And with this energy sort of backing you, I would say that, it leads you obviously to the Star, which is a big fat yes card, right? So this is number 17 in the Major Tarot. It's the Star card, which is basically the having all of your wishes come true. Okay, it's the wish upon a star and trusting in the universe to see or to have everything work out for you, right? To have all of your wishes come true. So it's a card that represents hope, inspiration as well, right? Generosity as well. it does the 8, because if we added up the numbers, it's 10, it's 17, so that's 10 plus 7 turns into 8 if we try to reduce it down, which is a number 8, right? And we have the 10 and 17. No, I did the 7. Yeah, that's right. 7 plus 1 is 8. That's right. And we have the 8 stars around her. Sorry, trying to think as I'm speaking here. And the 8 is a number of strength, right? But also needing to sort of accept your own imperfections, right? Accept yourself, but, build on yourself. And it has also to do with sort of our presence here on earth, right? And accepting ourselves. It's a card of healing as well, but it has to, I think of it more of as a card of like self-healing, of I get lots of energy of, you needing to do things for yourself, and this being a sort of this healing energy for you, for yourself. But it also has to do with, everything working out for you and, your wishes come true. So whatever this new endeavor is, this new journey that you're setting off on, it's a big yes, right? There's a definite positive energy surrounding you this month. And with the Death card is the overall energy for the reading, right? This is another card that speaks of new beginnings, right? So the Death card is obviously, death is all about endings and new beginnings. So it's an end to something, but for something else to appear, right? So this could be an ending to a relationship, could be a chapter in your life, it could be a job, right? Or it could even just be a way of thinking, right? An ending to thinking a certain way. But it's a card of growth, of change, metamorphosis. Again, we see the butterflies, right? Representing the transformation, knowing that things are, things change. It's all about change. And it's not actually death, but we know that nothing new can begin unless you end the previous thing or chapter or, So it's all about new things coming in. So with that as the overall energy, I would say that you have a wonderful, powerful month coming up, right? With a great chance of beginning something new. Could be in many different areas of your life, right? But you will be successful. So I love your spread for the month. Let's take a look at the 2 cards. So the 2 additional cards, I'm just going to read from the guidebook for these cards. So the first card is forgiveness. And it says you can never flow with your natural energy of love unless you release the negative energy of hate, anger, intolerance, or blame. Every soul in your path has free will, and you have no control over that. What you do have control over is how you react to the manifestations of others' free will. Holding on to that negative energy will strengthen karmic ties, and forgiveness can break that pattern. The most important person you must learn to forgive is always yourself. Blaming yourself for failures blocks the natural flow of love, which will attract all good things into your life. So, with that next to the Star card, I do feel that there's something to do with negative thinking that you need to just sort of release. You need to forgive yourself for this, or release whatever this negative energy is, in order to allow for this healing energy, right? In order to begin this new, whatever this new thing is that's coming in your life. And the last card is in the flow. It's card number 29, and it says, when I'm in the flow, doors open and lights change to green before me. When I'm in the flow, I relax and I'm guided in ways I hadn't thought of. Each step, each person, each connection is revealed to me. When I'm in the flow, a cosmic yes mirrors the yes from within my heart, and magic happens. But if I find myself pushing for what I want, if I find I am dissatisfied or frustrated, I may be out of flow. To rediscover my inner flow, I stop and notice any resistance I'm experiencing. Outer resistance may be universal feedback telling me no or not now. Or inner resistance may be my own deeper knowing that no, this isn't right. Then an opening can occur, a small crack in my thinking that reveals something new, and I get back into the flow, trusting that the flow is taking me where I need to go. When I'm in the flow, magic happens. And I think that is, looking at all of the cards across here, I definitely say that that's true, right? And with all of the divine guidance appearing in your reading, you know, allow yourself to be in the flow. Tune in, right? Be in the flow of these new things coming in, because it's all positive. This is going to be a wonderful month for you. I'm very happy that you have such a wonderful month coming up in November. Well, I do hope that the messages have helped in some way. If you like my reading, please do take a look at I have other readings posted. You can subscribe to my channel. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. And I look forward to reading for you again next month. Take care, Libra, and I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.